Good morning, good morning, good morning, you lovely lot. I am in the first house sit of 2025. Yeah, I've been looking forward to this house sit because I'm very close to my parents. In fact, I can see their house from this house. So that's quite nice. But also, this is the dad and his wife of an old school friend who I haven't seen in a very long time. Because she moved away when we were in secondary school. Her mum moved down to Cornwall, and because they'd split up, parents split up, she ended up going. So in the end, I only got to see her when she came to visit her dad, because we used to have sleepovers and stuff. It was good. It was fun. But we've slowly lost contact. So he is going to mention me to her. And yeah, it was really lovely. I came to chat to them a few weeks ago. And he hadn't realised who I was. He has had a stroke, so he says, you know, his memory is a little bit not great. But as soon as I started talking, he was like, "Oh yeah, no, I do remember." So it's really lovely. He said he's really pleased that it's me that's here because we see there is a history. So yeah. So we've got two little dogs. I've got Bella, who is quite old. And I've got Ruby, who's less old, both very sweet. I'm actually thinking of walking down to Marks and Spencer's and getting food and stuff in, because the dogs are quite chilled right now. They're both sleeping. And this afternoon I'm going to be walking over to my parents' house because we're having birthday cake and what have you for Brendan. But yeah, it's nice. It almost feels like being at home. Like, you know, childhood home, because even though this house wasn't built when I was a kid, like he lived in one of the other buildings here that he owns, you know, it's like this area feels like home, if that makes sense. And the fact I can see my childhood home, you know, my parents' home. So yeah, it feels very comfortable, like being at home. It's funny because maybe this is part of where my love of camper vans came. They had an old T4, and I don't ever remember it ever going anywhere, to be fair. But his daughter Abby and I used to spend a lot of time in the summer hanging out in this camper van. I think we even did a sleepover in the camper van once as well. Or we were going to, but either he or my parents were not happy about us being outside overnight, because it's not completely enclosed, even though this area is, well, it's now got a house in it, but this area, there's a main driveway that goes out onto the main road, so technically people could, and there's, you know, there's a pub, well, we're close to the town centre, so there's quite a lot of pubs nearby, and I think one of the adults was concerned about that. So we hung out in it during the day and then did a sleepover in the night, if I remember rightly. God, so many years ago. I haven't put any makeup on this morning. I will do later on because there's going to be photos for Brendan's birthday, I'm sure. Probably will wash my hair as well before going over. But yeah, I've got to bring all my bits in, and I think I'm just going to go for a little walk. That's what, nearly 4 minutes of me waffling at you, sorry. Right, let's go get some food. Just come back from Marks and Spencer's. I spent £47. Got myself cheese, meal deal, nutritious sweet potato and tender stem broccoli, fruit to snack on, hummus, because I'm a hummus freak, butter, some milk. I didn't check the fridge to see how much milk there was. A naughty reduced chocolate meringue dessert. It's got meringue on the top. Some yogurt. I've got two, or did I just get one of those? Raspberry and strawberry yogurt. Pollen caterpillar dessert, because I've got to. Yorkshire tea. Extremely cheesy crisps, which I'll eat later on my own where I can't offend anyone. Mars bar was part of the meal deal. 3 for £8. So I got honey smoked roast salmon. These little rolettos, whatever they're called, I quite like. And chicken drumsticks. I don't know if they've got an air fryer. Can't see one. But they're nice heated up. And then I have them with my super green salad, which I love, which I've shown on this channel before. It's got 2 super green salads. And a bottle Coke Zero, which at one point in my life I stopped drinking any sort of fizzy pop and I was drinking tea and water, and that was literally it. Oh, and part of the meal deal was orange and mango juice. Yeah, so I wasn't drinking any fizzy pop, and then last year, I think it was, started drinking it. I mean, I would drink it if I was on a hike with my sister. We'd get to a pub and I'd down a Coke because it's really the sugar kick and it's refreshing. But yeah, I don't know why I've started drinking it, but I have, and it's not good for my teeth. It's not good for me. Right, I'm going to put all of this away, but yeah, that was all about £47, I think, from Marks and Spencer's, which is obviously a higher end supermarket, but, or higher end, you know, food hall as they call themselves. But the quality of food is so yummy and so nice, so I don't mind spending a bit of extra money and treating myself. Since as I'm in someone else's house, and therefore it is impossible for me to be doing any sort of clearing, tidying, sorting, or any other job that needs doing in my own house, I'm going to start a puzzle. I was given this by Joseph's mum, and she said she does 500s, I tend to do 1,000, so any 500s I get usually come from her. But she said she thought it would be easy, and then she realised it had a bit more of a challenge, because when she's looking for things like yellow flowers, there are many yellow flowers. So it wasn't quite so easy to find the exact location. But she didn't think I would have trouble, since I'm a bit of a jigsaw pro, I think was the word she used. Anyway, I've made a cup of tea, and I don't know what's going on with my phone. It's suddenly juddering a lot recently. I'm wondering if I tend to kill phones quite quickly, I'll be honest with you. I think I've only had this a year and I've probably worn it out because I use it for my vlogging all the time. Anyway, I'm going to make a start on this. Whoa. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Meringue, moussey chocolate, hard chocolate, chocolate. This is actually a really lovely puzzle. I do know now why Melissa was saying that some of this is trickier, because there are a lot of similar pieces. But it is so beautiful. There's so much detail. And I am feeling suitably relaxed. It is, oh, excuse me, 20 to 2. I'm not going over to my parents till 5:30. So I think at 4:30 I will go and wash my hair and straighten it and what have you. Maybe put a little bit of, what is that on my forehead? What is... bit of meringue. That's from my meringue earlier. I'm sitting here with meringue on my forehead. What was I saying? Yeah, I will go over to my parents for 5:30 for Brenton's birthday gathering. But what I'm going to do is go wash my hair, maybe pop a little bit of makeup on. I'll go up at 4:30 and wash my hair, so that I'm all ready. I might even have a full shower at that point. I've brought all my stuff in from the car, and I have positioned myself in the room I'm going to be staying in. The dogs, super chilled. So much so, I'm super chilled. Yeah, super chilled. They will need some lunch, actually. I need to give them some lunch. And yeah, then we'll go for a WALK a bit later on. I think I might do it after our gathering and just take them out. It'll be dark by then, but that's fine. I think if I take them out just before we, you know, think about settling down for the evening. It's probably the best time. The wind has picked up. The blue sky seems to have moved. There's a lot of clouds zooming past at quite a pace. So I don't know if we've got some rain due. But yeah, I'm going to go make another cup of tea and give the dogs their lunch. I'm showered, put a bit of makeup on, done my hair. Still in the same clothes I was in. They've not been on very long. And I'll probably wear these tomorrow actually. I didn't bring a huge amount of clothes with me. With a bit of luck I won't get too muddy on my dog walk tomorrow. I'll be able to stay in these. Anywho, I'm going to probably go and do a bit of editing now. Excuse me, throwing that down there. I'm going to go and do a little bit of editing now. And whoop, make myself a fresh cup of tea because this one's gone cold. So I've got a little while. It's nearly 4 o'clock and I wasn't going to have my shower until 4:30, so I'm ahead of time. It is 10 to 5. It is windy, not quite so rainy, but I'm going to get my coat on. I've got the dogs' coats on and we're going to go out for a walk. Then I'll give them their dinner and then I'm popping over to my parents for a little bit for birthday cake with my big boy. How have I got a 23-year-old? How is that even possible? Right. Got my gloves in my pocket, but I really don't think I'm going to need those. Do you want to see something funny? Butthole. Butthole. Sorry, that's really childish. On that note, where did I put the leads? Right, that's Bella. She looks keen, doesn't she? Right, I'm going to take some poo bags with me. Oh, crikey, they're huge. And Ruby's over there. Can't you just see they're so keen to go on their walk? I know it's raining. Come on. Don't look keen, do you? Well, we can honestly say that walk was an epic fail. We got round the corner with me pretty much enticing, luring and ushering along the walkies. This walker was not getting anywhere fast. Anyway, I've given them food and I'm going to go and have birthday cake with my family for my boy. So I'm going to leave the radio on for them and yeah, be back in a bit.
Do you like the
What you got?
chocolate waste stuff as well?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realise that.
Because you can just munch it.
Oh, you could have just given
What
I
you
was
got?
going to say, I could have just given you that one.
What have you got? Oh, Haribo.
Then
It's Haribo and Mawam and Haribo.
Oh, Mawams.
happy
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Brendan. Happy birthday to you. Brendan,
Got your
3K.
pictures? Got your pictures?
Shush, you want
Really?
You can make it.
You good? Good.
Get your pictures, get your pictures.
We have a nice face.
No.
The one you were born with. When you're ready.
That was awful.
Oh, I thought I was going to run out of pop. Go on then, get
Was that
chopping.
threatening you that.
Get chopping, stop waving the knife around.
Is
Is it lemon or is it multi-colour?
They're lemons and a chocolate. Because I felt like the other one was not
I have no idea.
well received as much.
How many pieces do we
The
need?
raspberry.
Oh, okay.
You like the
I
raspberry,
just
don't you?
started choosing a postcode, but it was.
No, they're both Sicilian lemon.
Right.
And then he got an additional. You can have multiples. I mean, you know, he ended up with the chocolate cake because it was in the reduced to clear section. I was like, oh wow,
That's the best.
£3 something for a birthday cake. Yeah.
Quite easily.
One day we'll figure out an implement that will cut ears without doing this.
I'm now home from my family gathering. as chaotic and mad as always. I think 3 of us ended up with a headache, which is not unusual for our sort of family gatherings. Lee didn't stay because he can't have cake and what have you. He feels a bit like he's missing out, so he doesn't often stay for birthday cake. Anyway, he dropped Kenzie off and I ended up driving him home. We had a lovely time, nice gathering, really random conversations, talked about our animals, talked about other things such as ghosts and my sensitive experiences from when I was a baby, things I used to say and do when I was very little in my cot. Always been very sensitive to things, let's say. For about 15 years I kind of put it on hold because I was focusing on my kids. But since I've had more time to myself again, I found myself going back into that place, just because when you allow yourself some space and time, if you are a bit, for want of a better word, a sensitive, then you do start to pick up on the things around you, which is probably why part of the reason I've gone back into focusing on more of my energy type stuff, which is where I was in my teens, pre-children. Before settling down, I was very much there, you know, but then I had a family and just basically put me on hold and focused on childcare and making that my business and, you know, focusing on that with very little time for anything else that was not revolving around being a mother. Also navigating the world of autism with my boys. But like I said, things are different now and they still got autism, but you know, they are fully functioning, grown-up people now, and they are navigating the world themselves, and I have space to do things like setting up this pet sit business, setting up my Reiki business, and exploring the things that interest me again and that I'm naturally drawn to, which has found me delving back into the energies that I used to feel and still do feel, and then kind of looking into that and exploring that and the science behind a lot of stuff as well. Really, you know, I very much want to marry the science with the feelings, with the intuition, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, we'll have lots of conversations around animals coming back to visit us. My mum and dad, as you know, lost their dog Molly very suddenly last year, and mum said she heard Molly this past week gone in the bedroom, and then she also told us a story which I hadn't heard before about our Persian cat that we had in my late teens, Toby, and after he passed she heard him in the bedroom and looked down and he was at the side of the bed with his paw up on the bed, which is what he used to do before jumping up onto the bed. And I had very vivid dreams that really shook me, actually, because I was in my teens. Well, we had a lot of cats and what have you, and so we had a lot of pets, and eventually, you know, they pass, don't they? And because we had so many pets through my childhood and my teens, I experienced a lot of loss as they naturally got old and passed away, or unfortunately one of them got run over. And the one that got run over came and visited me in a very vivid dream, and he was coming to say goodbye. That's what the dream was about. He came to see me, and I've had several of our cats do that in my dreams. I don't know quite where I got onto this. Oh, because that's what we were talking about at my family gathering. Yeah, so there's been some sort of really interesting conversations this evening. It's been really good. We always have interesting conversations, but yeah, that was it was good. Anyway, my makeup is irritating my eye, I think because I'm tired. So I'm going to take my tea up. I've got some water because I'm dehydrated. I think I've got a bit of a headache. I've taken some paracetamol. The dogs have gone out for wheeze. I nearly got bitten sending them out for wheeze because they're still a bit wary of me. But they needed to go out. Bella hadn't had a wee, so I know she has had a wee now. So I'm going to shut up shop downstairs. It's a weird setup. Down here is the kitchen, dining room. There's a laundry room, bathroom, what have you, access to the garage. And then you go upstairs and you've got bedrooms, bathroom and sitting room area upstairs as well. So I am probably going to go and sit in the living room area upstairs, put the TV on and put my PJs on until I feel like scooting off over to bed. And hopefully the dogs will come and join me. They're meant to sleep on the bed with me, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, it's been 5.5 minutes of me whiffle waffling to you. Anyway, tomorrow I'm going to be mostly based at home. Circumstances have led themselves to be that I don't need to go back to the house tomorrow. The dogs are being catered for, so I'm going to be at home, well, here all day tomorrow, and I've only got a rocky walk to do, which means it's quite a chill day tomorrow. Apart from an hour's work, it's going to be pretty chilled, which is nice actually, because I've had a lot of rushing around and hard manual labour doing things in the garden and sorting stuff out. It's nice to have this enforced chill out time. So I want to say thank you very much for watching, you lovely lot. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. My subscribers are going up now, so that's quite exciting. Like, share, all that jazz, and I will see you in the next video.